Hey folks, it's Ralf from Stray Benzes. Today got an interesting topic for you, and it's the cruise control. Cruise control insofar as not the amplifier, but the actual mechanism that helps regulate the speed, the engine, rev, the actuator. Because if you don't test that one first, you might just fry the next amplifier. So here is how you can test the actuator using an amperage meter. And yeah, well, I'm gonna go over a couple of basics there too. So here we go. Are you ready for the ride? Well, here's the actuator. Got that one disassembled. Here's the cable, and here is the plug that we will connect to with the power source in a moment. And here are a couple of other things you need. It's best to have a couple of test wires with clips, alligator clips. I have 3 here. And then a trusted battery source, 12 volt. And finally an electric meter. So electric meters, they are really cheap ones. This when I bought it was an expensive one, but basically they all work the same way. For this particular test, I need to know the polarity of my battery, which I'm going to show in 12 volt. That's in DC, direct current, range 20. Switch that on, and you have for voltage, you have the common, and here the plus side, and here you test which side you have. So this side here is the plus, which means if I have it on the negative sign pops up on my electric meter. I turn this around, meaning this side here is the plus. I have 13 volt and a little bit. Wonderful. So that one is going to work. Now, what I'm going to do is there are 2 tests to do on the electric meter. And for the one test, you will need to set this to direct current and amperage. And for amperage, you cannot, well, you must not apply direct current or any current directly to the amperage meter, because that's going to pop the fuses, or in the worst case scenario, if you use it on the main one that doesn't have a fuse, you blow the whole meter. So what you do is you don't ever set this up into amperage and hold the 2 probes directly to the voltmeter. This, when you have amperage, that is measuring the current, which means you need to always have the probes in series with your circuit. And what I mean by that, I'll get to in just a moment. Here's the first test we're going to have to carry out. And here are the values, so you have something to refer back to. I'm a good actuator here has about 120 to 160 milliampere current when you put the positive on pin number 4 and the negative on pin number 5. So what you need to do is, where's the pin? So we'll first connect the 5, this was negative, right there, to pin number 5. Where's number 5? 5 is this one right here. All right. And now, what I meant earlier is I need to go from my plus side of the battery. Here's the the yellow is going to be my plus side, onto my electric meter on one side here, and on the red one here I have use my third alligator clip and wire set, and I'm gonna connect that one excuse me, to pin number 4, which is right here. And what is supposed to happen, let me just reposition these. All right, and my yellow one just fell off. What is supposed to happen is that once I touch the battery, my actuator here on this side is supposed to make a turning sound, humming sound, and I'm supposed to have about 120-160 amps here. Sometimes I've seen them a little bit higher, 170 won't. There we go. Yeah, so this is a little higher, almost 190 on the big V8s, on the big gas engines. I believe that's going to be okay, but it needs to make that audible noise, and that is about pretty normal right there. All right, so this one, again, if it's a little bit above that, but it shouldn't be above 200 milliampere, then it's definitely going to put too much current on the amplifier, and you might just not, you might blow something on the circuit board of it. So the next test is this one right here on, and I'm gonna just disconnect all of this. For that, you don't need the electric meter. Because here what we're gonna do is we're just gonna briefly touch pin 6 and 7. All right, there we go. Here the wires. This was the negative right here. All right, negative goes onto pin 6. Pin 5, yes, number 6. All right, and pin 7 is supposed to be the positive. This is this one right here. All right, tap briefly, and what is supposed to happen is that it needs to make a good solid clicking sound, because that's the solenoid that kicks it in, and it does. That is the contact that engages it when you set, just before you're setting the speed, because otherwise this little actuator arm here is not going to start regulating. It's not going to connect. In fact, when I connect this, let's see, yeah, makes a nice thumping sound. So this actuator is in good working shape, and I can install it. And that is that. Good luck, happy wrenching. And once you have this one reinstalled, then you can look at your amplifier and fix it if your cruise control still doesn't work right. All right, here now the old one, and voila, this is now the first test with pin 4, pin 5, with the measuring the amperage of my actuator. And lo and behold, and something I forgot to include in the previous section, at first I thought the old actuator was okay, but in fact, hold on, there we go, got it all connected again, and I have well over 200 milliampere, and that is just too much, and that is why my cruise control has acted up over time, and now I can change it out with the new one, or new to me anyway. So that just as an FYI, and I did find an issue with the old one, so I can actually put the other one in, and I wish you luck with yours, with diagnosing yours and trying to fix your cruise control.